G'day, Builder Jim here, and this is a tutorial on how to install a timber door jamb. So let's get stuck into it. First of all, you'll see we've already built our door opening. So that's the frame, the timber frame, where the jamb's going to go. We've got our jamb being put together, and in this instance, we've got a new wall that's going to sit hard up against. So that means that I've plastered one side. That'll make sense soon. If you have an instance where you've just got a timber frame like this on either side, and the wall's going that way, and the wall's going back that way, you don't plaster. Plaster later. First thing first, we want to make sure that we've got a nice plumb wall. So looking at this here, that's very close. So that would be minimal work here. So we'll fix this side in first. Come over to the other side. Not so good, but that's okay, because we'll go hard up onto one side or close to plumb, and then we'll pack it out after that. The other thing to take note of is our opening is 860, and our door frame is going to be about 15 to 20 mil smaller than the opening, because that allows for backing. If you try and go too tight, your timbers aren't going to be perfect, your walls aren't going to be spot on, so you're going to end up with trouble. Give yourself a little bit of space, and at least 20 to 30 mil at the head as well. I'm getting the timber frame here. Door jamb. In position. Okay, grab our level. Check that. It's pretty good. Probably a little bit at the top. A little bottom, sorry. So we know that's pretty good there. So fixing gun. If you've got a fixing gun, great. Make your life a bit easier. If not, screws and drill will work. So I'll show you in a sec. Just tack it off there for a second. Done. Yeah. Come out a couple of mil at the bottom. So I've got some plastic packers. Shims, plastic packers. Buy them at hardware stores. You can also use masonite packers. Offcuts of timber if you've got really big gaps. Back it out the bottom. And that's spot on. Perfect. I do want to show you something. So when you're using the level, someone says it's got to be level, it's got to look like that. Right in the middle there. Not touching the line, not close, not perfect. If it's not perfect, it's not going to be a perfect job. Simple. Alright, so that side's good. We'll fix it off properly shortly, but we've just got it tacked for now. That's our 2 metre level, and we need a small level to level across the head. That's just over 800 mil wide. Got a 1200 level that I'll sit off the top. They need to come up a touch. Down a touch, sorry. Bloody good. It's pretty spot on there as well, so happy with that. Next one, you can see we've got a bigger gap on this side here. So, get some more shims, backers. See if this fits. Oh, pretty good, pretty tight. Knock them back down the way so they get a load of plaster. So that's nice and tight in the opening. Now, the builder's ruler. That there is 10 mil. 10 millimeters. Plaster generally is 10 millimeters. You want to have your plaster finishing in flush, so that's a nice smooth transition there. Because after your plaster, your architrave will sit on top of the jamb and on top of the plaster. It will be 10 mil off the wall the whole way around. This side different, like I said before, because we've got the nib wall coming out. The general rule, yeah. So you get your ruler or a 10 mil packer, something that's 10 mil for plaster, and you just want to make sure that it's there. Because previously, obviously we've leveled up this wall, so we know that wall's perfect going back and forth this way. Not going to be perfect going this way, because the timber will always bow this way or that way. Timber should be straight the other way though, so we've made sure of that already. We've got our 10 mil, got our packer there, we've got our 10 mil, we're hard up on this side, so we'll tack it off. And now we've got 3 points fixed. 1, 2, 3. Next step, 2 metre level. So again, down the bottom, check if we're looking right. Looks pretty good. Then we want to get that spot on. So it's out quite a bit. So you've got 6 mil at the top, and I probably have about 8 mil at the bottom, looks it. Another mil. You see if I let go of this, I'm sure how you can see it. This has got a bit of a bow in it. That's very normal. It's got to push tight between our packed point at the top and our packed point at the bottom. So this looks really nice here. And it is. Final check. So now, we're fixed here, we're fixed here, we're fixed there, we're fixed there. We're level at the head, we're level down the sides. The only thing we've got to contend with now is these will be moving in and out, one way or the other. So really simple. Don't even need to check for level anymore. Just push nice and tight, or pull, depending on which way the timber is, and back it out to suit. Bit of work on this side. Because this was our first side that we fixed off, we did want to make sure that this one was going to be a lot closer during construction of the wall. Because you always want to make sure that one side's spot on as best as you can. You want to fix at least 3 points, top, middle and bottom along your sides. Personally, I'll probably go 4. Again, you'll notice that a lot of builders won't, carpenters, builders, they'll do 3. That's pretty spot on really. So some people will use a laser. If you've got a straight line laser, you could use a straight line laser. I do sometimes. However, what you'll find is that a laser will go out of calibration and you won't notice, and you'll continue to use the laser. You won't notice that it's out of calibration until you check it with a level, or you go to install a door or something. And then you realise that you've been working slightly out of level, slightly out of plumb the whole time. So, you'll see in another video that I've got how to check a level, if this bubble is still level. Turn it around, turn it around, turn it around. Whereas with the laser, you have to check it with a level. So they're great, but they have their flaws. Just like anything in life, we all have our flaws. So there's a bit of to and fro, back and forth, trying to get these right. Because timber is a natural product, it's always going to be out. It's never going to be perfect. And that's why we love it. Alright, we're fixed off, we're plumb, we're packed out the whole way around. You never fix through the head, that allows for the deflection. That timber up here, that will have some movement in it. No matter how strong that lintel is, there will be movement in it. So unless you've got a steel lintel or some big LVLs that are spanned, all engineered and supporting, there will be movement in this, so you don't want to fix up there. Let that just sit there. That's not going anywhere. Here, we're fixed off, nailed in. My fixing gun is old, not a new one, so our nails don't quite go in, so I'll punch it. Do that later, and I'll just show you how I always fix off. Drill, drill, pre-drill, screw off. Build things so they're hard to pull apart, because we're not going to make a mistake in our building and we don't want it to come apart later. Countersunk bit, again, just old, so that's why I'm using 2 drill bits. Countersunk bit, perfect. So this will pre-drill your hole for you, and this here will prevent you from going any deeper with your pre-driller. And then the bit at the end here, that's going to give us our countersunk, so our screw head will be concealed. and we can patch it up with a nice bit of putty after, paint it, seal it, and you'll never know. See that? Watch this. I was too far away from the packers. I don't know if you can see that, but I've put my screw too high above the packers that I put in. And so it's put a bow in this door jamb now. And you'll see here, between my level, I can fit packers in now. So I'll back it off a little bit, put packers above the screw, try again. Now, another important thing to remember, how long are your screws? They're 40 mil. 40 mil. You can see it better when it's against my bald head. Yeah? Right. 40 mil, perfect. We get through there. That's 18 mil. We know we're going to have enough room to go into this timber. I'll use these same screws over this side. I'm going 18, 10, 2 mil into the timber. No good. So we've got some bigger screws. '50s. Alright, that's it. All done. Fixed, plumbed, levelled. not going anywhere. Plaster. And that's it. Thank you.